All right, welcome in everyone. Want to give everyone a quick update on our severe weather that we're going to see this afternoon, which we're already seeing, of course. And this is not totally unexpected. I was talking about this morning that we did have a good chance to see severe thunderstorms today, and unfortunately, that is coming to fruition. And so, just wanted to kind of give everybody a quick update on what we can expect for the next couple hours, and it will only get more dynamic, if you will, unfortunately. So here's what we got so far. So right now we have severe thunderstorm warnings, as you can see in the yellow boxes. We just updated one there for Tarrant County, all of Denton County except the far southeast corner, and western Collin County. So this is for hail up to quarter size and winds greater than 60 miles an hour. I haven't seen a lot of reports yet, and so we'll put this in motion, give everybody an idea of what to expect from a motion standpoint. They're generally moving east northeast, as you can see, kind of northeast. I do kind of expect these to start turning more east as with time. So it's something that if you're out and about, especially between now and 3 o'clock, especially on the northern part of the Metroplex, expect to see some pretty rough weather. Nothing terribly rough, but would be shocked to see hail, a lot of lightning, as you can see with these storms, gusty winds. Now, as I always say, everything within that polygon is not necessarily severe. It's just that that's the best guess as far as motion and things like that. So let's stop this. And by the way, those of you who might be watching on Instagram, I know you're not seeing the whole thing, and I'm working on that, so my apologies if you're watching on Instagram. Hopefully you can at least see some of the screen. So if we kind of zoom in on these particular storms, the one in northern Tarrant County, the southeastern part of Wise County, and the southwest part of Denton, that's severe warned for again quarter size hail, 60 mile an hour wind gust, and we just had a tornado watch issued. I'll talk about that in a second. And so let's do this. All right. So what we always like to do is we like to look at a couple different radar scans. One is velocity, which measures wind. And as you can see, nothing to be terribly concerned about in any of these storms, so that is good. Just looking at some spotter reports here. Thankfully, nothing bigger than pea or marble so far. Now, I take that back. We got a quarter-inch hail report in Springtown in Wise County. Okay, so that's probably the biggest one so far, which is good. Thankfully, so far, we haven't seen a lot of these be prolific hail producers yet. I think that will change as the day goes on, but it's something that we definitely want to watch. So right now, they're not looking too bad. And if we go to the hydrometer scan, again, you're looking for red, and where you see red is where you have the potential for hail. So we have some enhanced areas for hail just east of Denton on Loop 288 along 380. So if you're I would say, and you can tell just the new radar scan is moving east northeast. So if you're in Frisco, northern part of Frisco, Prosper for sure, Salina, just watch out. Hopefully that cell won't get too intense from what it is right now. And then you see another hail core along Highway 81 up between Decatur and Jacksboro. Oh, excuse me, Decatur and Fort Worth. So thankfully that's not too widespread right now. So, a couple things to think about as far as we go into the afternoon. And this is the storm in Collin County. And again, same thing, being warned for the same thing, quarter size hail, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. So it's something that definitely want to be aware of. Hey, Kara. Yeah. Once it moves through. What I'm showing once that moves through. Does a severe wet move south? It could. It's not something that we're out of the woods yet, unfortunately. And if we go to a bigger look here, it definitely could. So, but what we got to watch for, if I can put my drawing tool on here, this is all being triggered by this cold front that's roughly right here. And so let me get rid of that. So again, you can kind of see development starting to happen here. And so in general, I think you'll start to see this. However, individual cells are doing this, as we can see from these storms up here. So while it is encouraging that we ultimately see this stuff move to the south, Kara, it's not guaranteed yet. So that's what we got to watch out for. Now, if we look at the bigger picture here, you can kind of see most of the action is Tarrant, the edge of Tarrant and Dallas County North right now. I think that's going to change, but it's something that we definitely want to, I just want to pop on real quick during the lunch hour when I had a chance, and just to kind of give everybody, hopefully, a little bit of ease as far as what we're really looking at here. So again, we'll put this in motion. And just checking the comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see. Yeah, we got some interesting ones, that's for sure. So I think, let me do this. Check this out real quick. My mouse will work. All right, there we go. Yes, Kara, I will be updating, not necessarily like this all afternoon because we do have to work. But like I said, I had a little chance to lunch hour to give everybody a quick update. So if you're just joining us, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect by the yellow polygons in general Denton County, the western part of Collin County, the northern part of Tarrant County. And these are for hail up to quarter size, wind 60 miles an hour. It is nothing catastrophic or anything like that, or even destructive. So that's not something that we're worried about right now. We are going to have to watch it as the afternoon moves on, of course. Now, let me scan out here a little bit. So where you see the red outline of the counties, that's tornado watch. And so if you want to get details on that, I will certainly give them to you. So the tornado watch is effective till 8 o'clock tonight. A couple tornadoes possible, scattered large hail up to 4 inches. I think that will be the exception, not the rule. Could have significant wind gusts to 80 miles an hour. But I would kind of go back to what Kara was asking earlier, is that you can see with the orientation of the tornado watch, obviously the further northwest you go, there's not even a tornado watch, northwest of Denton County. So that's number one. And number two is they are expecting the worst of the worst, if you will, to be south and east of Dallas Fort. But as you can tell, though, there is a tornado watch that goes all the way up to the Red River. So we are not out of the woods yet. This is just, kind of the beginning. And what we're kind of hoping for is, again, Carrie, you called it right. We want these storms to get out of here, go south, and there's that definite possibility that could happen. However, I just don't want everybody to let their guard down when we have these storms move through and then think it's all over, which is that's just not necessarily the case yet. So I just want to emphasize that. Let's see, let's do this. Okay, so I would say what to watch for the next hour or two, and I'll kind of emphasize this here, right here. So you're starting to see some development here, and if we put this in motion, if I had a concern, and I don't really have a big concern right now, but if I had a concern, is what are those storms going to do? Because you can see when you start the radar here, you can see the motion is to the northeast. Now they're not getting their act together, so that's good. But again, if you look at that Denton County storm, hour and a half ago, it was nothing, and then here you go. So that's we have an atmosphere that could definitely produce storms on a moment's notice, if you will. So that is something that you definitely want to keep an eye on. You could have nothing, and then you could have a storm pop up really quick. So that's probably the main reason I wanted to come on, is just to say, hey, there's storms going to be out there. There are already storms out there, of course. There could be more. And when you take a look at the radar 1 second, there may be nothing. And then the next second, it could be a decent storm on your back door, or knocking on your back door. So it's just an awareness thing. I just want to make sure everybody understands what our atmosphere is capable of today. I'm not ready to say once all this, like I said earlier, I'm not ready to say that once all this moves through, we're done. I just don't see that. And by the way, in the bigger picture, we won't be done because we'll have another chance tomorrow, and even smaller chances Friday through Sunday. So, it could be a temporary thing, but these storms we'll just have to watch, of course, right now, and then we'll have to watch for storm formation to the southwest of Dallas-Fort Worth. That's what we want to watch for. And then, of course, we want to watch for, once these storms do form, how intense they get and how quickly they get intense. Now, let me stop this. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. Stop this. Okay. So again, we'll just go through the normal layers. Velocity, no problem there. And tornado threat's not a big threat. I mean, we have a tornado watch, obviously, but it's not the biggest threat. The biggest threat is large hail. But the tornado threat is not zero. So it's definitely something we want to keep an eye on. The good news is again, the colors you don't. This is a hydrometer radar layer, and it measures basically solid ice particles, which is hail. And so what you don't want to see on this layer is red, which red is not giant hail. You don't want to see red, or you don't want to see yellow. Especially you don't want to see yellow, because that is large hail. So the good news is that we don't see a whole lot of that. But again, if you're in, I would say, if you are in Prosper, the northern part of Frisco, Salina, and then as you get north of McKinney, if you live in that area, or if you know someone that lives in that area, you just might want to give them a heads up if they can protect their property a little bit. Because unfortunately, the way the atmosphere is that you could see the storm intensify pretty quickly. But the good news is, at least right now, they have not done that. But I don't know that that's going to hold the whole afternoon. So, all right. So let me check the chat. Hey, Christy. Oh, your son's in Salina. That's right. Well, hope everything's protected. But again, Christy, I would say that it is. It's not anything huge hail-wise so far. Hopefully, it'll stay that way. But I mean, if you could protect your vehicles, I definitely would if you could. But if you can't, I don't think it's going to be the size right now. The hail is not the size of large enough to damage things. Let me put it that way. Okay, let me check the storm reports here. Okay, again, the same. I haven't seen anything bigger than quarter so far, so that's good. Okay, so like I said, if we scan out, all right. So hopefully that shows up pretty good. So you can kind of see where the tornado watch is. It basically extends from the Red River east of Sherman all the way back to southwest down to San Angelo. So and then of course points south. So I would say if you're traveling south or west, definitely be on the lookout for storms later on this afternoon. If you are in the Metroplex, of course, then my plan of action for anybody in the Metroplex this afternoon, is that, if you're at work especially, just be aware that you could see a storm pretty at pretty much any time. Although right now in Dallas County and Tarrant County specifically, we're not seeing a whole lot. But then you could see, as I said earlier, you could see some development. Get that map out there. You could see some development at any time. So let me go back to the reflectivity here. So again, I just wanted to show that. And again, you see that storm development south of Abilene. I don't know if that'll ever make it here. And then, of course, you are starting to see some development east of Waco. So I just think as the afternoon goes on, we're going to see more of that. So the bottom line right now is this, as we wrap up the lunch hour weather report, I guess you could say, is that we do have some severe thunderstorms. It has not been anything crazy. No widespread report of hail, no widespread report of damaging winds. Now, that could change, like I said. But right now, it's not too bad. A lot of lightning with this, so please don't be outside during this. And I think as the afternoon goes on, we'll see more development, especially as the front gets a little closer. Now, like I said this morning, not everybody's going to see the worst of the worst. Ironically, it wouldn't surprise me if some people didn't even see rain. I think most of us will see rain. But, that's the nature of severe weather in North Texas in the springtime, because you can miss out altogether. Hey, Stephanie, what time will be over? Yeah, Kara was asking that earlier. Well, I think that it won't be over, from a comfort standpoint until this afternoon. If I had to guess, probably 6 p.m., give or take. So I think the the time to be most alert and aware of the weather is between now and 6, but probably even more so between now and 3 and 4, I would say. Because we are going to see more development, and it just depends on where it is and how it impacts you. But you can kind of see even with that latest radar scan, it's going to change. Your daughter has practice from 5:30 to 8. Okay, well, if she needs a dry field, she may be out of luck. But if she is indoors or something, she might be okay. I would certainly say by 8 o'clock we'll be done. Boy, if we're not done by then, we're in trouble. But I would think if it doesn't require the ground to be dry, I think she'll be fine. But if not, then she may not have practice. So. All right. My time is about up. I don't see any more comments. If you have a comment real quick, shoot it there real fast before I sign off. If not, of course, I'll check it when I can on social media off the air, as they say. All right, so let me leave you with the bottom line. Expect scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those are going to be severe, as we've seen already. We have severe ones currently. Nothing outrageous, so that's good. If it becomes outrageous, I will pop back on when I can and let you know all the latest on what's going on. Nothing to be terribly concerned about. It's springtime in Texas. We are not, right now, not saying it can't change, but right now we are seeing garden variety severe weather, which again is the bare minimum, 60 mile an hour wind gusts, quarter size hail. And I've only seen a couple reports of quarter size hail. I haven't seen anything bigger, but again, that could change. So just be weather aware. This afternoon, that's the best message I can give you. Is just be weather aware, because obviously I can't be online all afternoon, and things change real quick. So obviously, if there's something that I need to come back on that's urgent, I definitely will. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. But we just got to be weather aware this afternoon, and then hopefully by the time we all get home from school and work, it'll be a little calmer. But if it's not, I'll be on top of it, of course. Thank you, Kara. I appreciate that. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate your kind words. Okay, as always, I'm watching the weather so you don't have to. I hope everyone has a safe afternoon, and I'll be back if needed. See you then.